Listen to the vibes.
The views and opinions of our guests may not necessarily reflect those of the host or the Vibes Broadcast Network. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Listen to the Vibes. And I'm very pleased to have Miss Stacey Hober here. She is a mom, an entrepreneur. You helped create an app, and we're going to get to know you, get to know all about what the app is about. And I'm just going to let you kind of tell us about yourself.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate that. So like he said, I'm Stacey Hober. I live in upstate New York, and I have a son. I'm married, and we run multiple businesses between myself and my husband. And I'm actually an executive assistant right now for Jason Shapper, which he is the other co-founder of Agenda App. And we developed the Agenda App. So we, Jason owns multiple businesses, and his one business, M0A, Online Ground School. And we just decided, he took me on as his executive assistant, and we decided, we need to like have meetings. We need to meet with our teams more. We need to meet with people outside of the organization, and how are we going to organize all this? So Jason likes to think out of the box. He loves a good project. He loves thinking up new businesses. And when he came to me, he's like, let's, we had been using other agenda type software, to like write our notes down, write some tasks, organize some of our businesses. And they just weren't for us. They were, overprocessed. We just didn't need all of that. We just wanted something to where it was simple, and we could, add our task, put those to our meetings, attach those to our meetings, and collaborate with the rest of the team. So he's like, do you want to develop an app? And I'm like, whoa. So girl like me, I'm just an executive assistant. I just organize people's lives. And he's like, do you want to do this? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So we started about a year ago, just ground up, hired a product manager, hired designers, hired a wonderful developer that we still have with us. And we developed Agenda App. So we just needed something a little bit more. So we're in the process of doing that, trying to market it, get some people out there to see how great Agenda App really is.
So is there a specific, type of business that's going to benefit to this, or is everybody going to benefit?
Yeah, so we pretty much want to just give it to everyone. Right now, when we first started developing it, we thought, well, Jason's a CEO. We have C-level management in M0A's, team. And then there was me, an executive assistant. And so we had started off, just giving it to thinking CEOs are going to be the best ones to use it, and executive assistants. But now we're finding anyone can use it. So a teacher who's starting back at school can actually add their tasks that, say they're going into their classroom and they need a place to put all their tasks to try to organize, my desk needs to go here. I need pens and papers. I need to go to Target for this or Amazon for that. And they can put it all down in the agenda on our app. And then they can go back to it, check it off. They can use it on their mobile. If they want to take their phone to, Target with them, they can go through the agenda and see that these are the items that I need for my classroom. Attorneys could use it. Their executive assistants could use it for tasks that they have to, if you have to do a separation agreement or a divorce agreement or child custody, and just list all the documents on there that actually would be used for, them with the customer or with their client. So Agenda App can be used for anybody, really, anyone. A mom, I used it. We went to Florida last month. We went to Disney, took my son to Disney, and I just listed all of our I listed my travel in one, how we were going to get there, all of our itinerary on it. And then on my other agenda, I listed like what we needed to take and everything, pack up, lock the door, put the alarm on, all that stuff. So that's, yeah. So basically anyone can use it.
Okay, this might be a very general question, but exactly how does this work?
Yeah. So what you would do is you would sign up a free subscription. So we have, if you sign up today, free subscription for anybody. We also do have plans that list like unlimited agendas, unlimited collaborations with your team. You can add as many team members as you want. But what you would do is you would go to the app or to the website and sign in. And then you would, you can connect it to your Google Calendar. So if you use Gmail, which a lot of people do these days, you can actually go in and all of your meetings you can create agendas to attach to those meetings. So when you have like if say it's you and somebody else, or you use it for your podcast and you want to attach the agenda about what you're going to talk about on the podcast, you would just attach that agenda to your meeting. And that person automatically can either go in and view it, or they can edit it if you want them to collaborate. So you will go into the app. I say app, we don't actually have an app yet. That's phase 2 of our development, but you can go into the website and you can click on start an agenda, and then you can add your team if you want to, or add as many people as you want. And then they would get that agenda for free. And then you just go right in and click add an agenda and start putting down your tasks. And in the task list, you can add websites to it. If you want to like add a link for someone to see, you can add that to it. You can also add private notes. So only you yourself will see that note. So if you have teams and you're in a meeting and you want to share your agenda, but you don't necessarily want that team member to see that note, you can make a private note, or you can add to the agenda and continue to add and make public notes on there.
So we're going to fire Billy today. We don't want Billy to see
We're going to fire Billy. Yeah, we're going to definitely fire Billy, and we don't want him to know that. So you can definitely go in and add, a private note. And actually, Jason uses this for HR purposes. He doesn't have a human resource department. He is human resource. So he actually uses it we have one-to-ones every other Friday. And he has that with his leadership team and with myself. And he will, if someone needs to be on a performance improvement plan, he'll put that in the agenda and then write all of his private notes in there also. And some of those notes will be shared with that person, and then some of them won't. And then that way he can go back and use those for, his record keeping. Doesn't have to use a pen and a paper. Everything is right on the site.
The old PIP.
The old PIP. No one wants to have their name associated with a PIP, right?
No. Now, you may have told me this already, but now there's like a reminder, like an alarm reminder kind of thing that comes up with each agenda.
Yeah, so every time someone adds you to an agenda and you use Gmail, Google Mail, you'll get an email that says you were added to an agenda. And every time you're added to an agenda or to a meeting that has an agenda attached to it, you'll get an alert that says you were added to that meeting, and then here's your agenda that you can look up.
So if I wanted to remind somebody, I don't know, an hour or two before the meeting, I can set that in there.
You can set that in there. Yep.
Okay.
And we use the same features as Gmail has. So if you put a reminder on your Gmail for 10 minutes before your meeting, and this is the agenda that's attached to it, they can that reminder will come up on Gmail. They'll see that, the meeting's in 10 minutes and there's an agenda. I need to take a look at that agenda.
Just be very beneficial for me, because I get people that are supposed to be on a Zoom call to do our interview, and they'll tell me, oh, well, I didn't know it was at this time, and It's like, well,
Yeah.
number one, you got into my calendar, you set up when you wanted to do it. When I send you the Zoom link, it's on there.
Yeah.
And I know that my email will send them an alert before the
Mhm.
meet, but I'll still get the, well, you dropped the ball. How did I drop the ball? You're
Yeah.
the one that set up this time. But it would be nice to have another reminder to say, hey, don't forget, it's at
Yeah.
such and such time. And it compensates for the time zones too, because that's another problem that people
Compensates
seem
for
to
the
have.
time zones because it actually works with Gmail. So it works with Google Calendar. So it switches time zones. So like today you're in Central and I'm in Eastern. I could have sent you, or you could have sent me the agenda and it would say, you're at 9:15, I'm at 10:15. So it definitely will compensate for time zones. So it's like I said, you can sign up as a free subscriber. Anyone can sign up as free. You get 10 agendas a month if you sign up for free. And then we have a silver package and a gold package. And our gold package, is the most popular at this point because it's $9 a month. You get unlimited agendas. So say you're a CEO or, we have even like civil engineers that this app is great for because they can go into the job site and then assign those tasks to different people or even use it for themselves. But then later on, if those other engineers need to see something, they can get that, the app later, get into the tasks later. But they can add as many people as they want if you sign up for gold. It's $9 a month, which is, what Netflix, $9? Maybe Netflix isn't $9 anymore, but $9 a month for unlimited agendas, unlimited teams. You can add as many subscribers to your plan as you want with the gold package. And we also have unlimited support. So you send a message through Zendesk, through the software and online. So say you're in your agenda and something goes wrong and you lost your whole thing. You can click on the support button and someone will answer it 24/7.
Oh, wow. That's good to know because people are going to want to know that too.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
we have unlimited support 24/7 and someone will get back to you within minutes. I'd like to say if it's 2:00 in the morning, we may have, maybe an hour wait, but but you know what I mean? It's 24/7 support. And Jason and I are more than happy to always set up calls with team members or organizations so that we can actually give you a free demo call. We love giving free demos and just to show everyone what Agenda App is all about.
well, my wife is an executive assistant.
She really? Wow.
She works for the state of Texas.
Yeah.
And I know there's always stuff going on with her. I don't know what their system is to remind everybody, but I wonder if this would be beneficial to her. I might want her to look into this.
Yeah. So, I'm an executive assistant and, just trying to keep those tasks, even if I keep Jason on track, I need to keep myself on track. And then my son, his schooling and his sports, and then my husband, we have a Christmas tree farm. So I need to try to keep that stuff on track. And he's a teacher and he's a coach. And it's just, I have so many agendas and task lists for everything. And, an executive assistant to keep it's helpful for us because we can try to keep that, executive on track. If Jason and I didn't use Agenda App, then, we weren't. At the beginning, we really weren't. He had a little notebook and he called it his parking lot. And he would put all of his ideas, or like, say he needed to talk to, the director or the finance guy, he would just write it in this little notebook. And then that notebook sits on your desk. How do you know you're ever going to go back to that? How do you know? And where do you know where to find it? So now he can make an agenda for executive assistant or director. And then these are the things that I want to talk to them about when I speak with them.
Well, you got old farts like me that's what we
Yeah.
rely on. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I have a calendar that sits on my desk, and
Uh-huh.
even though I have all this stuff on my computer, I've got the, the
Yeah.
Calendly, I've got the Gmail stuff. I got
Right.
all that on my. I'm one of these. If I don't see it on paper, it doesn't exist.
Yeah. I get that. I get that. And the good thing about it is that, a lot of people, a lot of younger people are moving towards, using everything. I still, I'm in that middle part where I always use, I'm also a paralegal, so I always used legal pads. And Jason would be like, "Did you get your legal pad today?" And but I liked to see it. But now that I have Agenda app, I can use it on my laptop, I can use it on my mobile, and one of them is always by me. And who doesn't take their phone everywhere they go? So,
Apparently, my kids, because every time I try to
well,
call them, they never
yeah,
answer.
yeah. Well, maybe they need Agenda app. Yeah, I totally get that. I get that. But it's a good thing to where you hopefully are not going to lose your phone. And hopefully, like I always, like, I'm on my phone looking at Facebook or Instagram or whatever and checking my emails. And then I'm like, oh, I need to do this. And then I'm like, oh, I can go right to Agenda app, put my stuff in my phone. And then, say I need to go to Target, put it in my to-do agenda, and then it's right there.
I need
So
that for
super easy.
I need that for my grocery list.
Yeah, I use it for my grocery list. I use it for everything. Just because I can send a little, and then my husband is on it, so he gets the agenda. I mean, we call them agendas, but they can also be to-do lists or task lists.
Mm.
And I can just add something to it, his little list that he has to have on the weekend, to get out there and mow the lawn, clean the gutters, I don't know, take the kid to football practice, just whatever. So we just try to add it all there. And it's been really great. And the great thing about it is that it's super simple. So you say, this old fart in me, Agenda app is super simple to where if you're not, technologically inclined, you can still use it. My mom, she worked at a school and she knows how to use a computer, but I mean, she was in school with a typewriter. And, and she really, like, she wouldn't be able to be an executive assistant like I am today, where you have to go to all these different programs and things and link them to this and to that. And Agenda app is super simple for her to where she can just pull it up, on her iPad or on her phone and use it. And it just takes you step by step. It's foolproof. We designed it to be simple and not to be like the other ones that are out there, our competitors, to where they integrate other stuff with their product. You just go in, you add your teams, you create a task list, and that's it. You share it with your team, and you can make your notes, and you can have your to-do list. We have another really great feature on it where if you are in a one-to-one, like I said, Jason has one-to-ones every Friday or every other Friday. If you are stumped, like maybe you have really a great employee like me, just kidding. But anyways, if you have a really great employee and you don't really have anything to say with them, I meet with Jason every day. We have a call every day just to recap the day and see if he needs anything from me. And so sometimes on our one-to-ones, we don't really have anything to talk about. So we have on the left bar of when you go into the app, we have icebreaker questions. So if you go into, a meeting or a one-to-one and you're not sure what to say, we have some questions like, what would you do if you had $1 million? What is the great part of working remotely? Just icebreaker things like that. Would you rather be Superman or Batman? Just some really, and we have some really fun questions, and then we have some really other, icebreaker questions that relate to just leadership or just marketing or just finance, or even those ones that we don't want to talk about, like those performance improvement questions. How can you make yourself better, and what are you going to do later on, for the team? Why would I keep you? So those are questions you can just go in, click the question, and it automatically pulls over into your task list. And that question is there. And that would be one of your questions to ask your team member.
Yeah, for someone like me, the simpler, the better.
Yeah.
I mean, all my stuff that I have set up now, I've had somebody to help me to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not the most technical person in the world.
Yeah.
I've been,
Yeah.
I'm not stupid, but
No.
again, I'm stuck
Mhm.
in the 70s. So,
Well, right. And some of those other programs, you have to go in and you have to attach, a different software to it. You have to use this other software. You have to use another task list.
Mhm.
This is not, you go in and you put in your email, you put in your logo or your profile picture, and you can automatically just start using it. It's as simple as that. And you don't need someone, you don't have to have a tutorial. I'm more than happy to give anybody a tutorial if they want. Hop on a Zoom call, 15 minutes, show you how to use it, show you and your team how to use it. Or someone like you, give me a call. If you can't use it, click that little, or send me an email through to our email, because I'm the person that answers all of them, and I would more than happy be, to show you how it works. But it's just so simple that if you can sign up for Facebook, you can sign up for Agenda app. That's how
Yeah.
simple it is.
And that's what you plug into the computer is agendaapp.com.
Yeah, so our URL is agenda.app. And that's it, just www.agenda.app. And you can go there, subscribe for free. If you think that have more, you're going to use more than 10 agendas a month, or you think that you want to add more team members a month, then you can just go right in and click the $9 a month, and you don't have to worry about it. $9 automatically comes out of your account, and you can just use as many agendas as you want.
Oh, wow. I'm going to put that link in the description
Okay,
so
yeah.
people can just click on it and go straight to
I
it.
appreciate that. Yeah.
They're like me. I was like, oh, I heard it, but I
You
didn't
want
have
a
anything
link.
right now. Right. I got to.
Right.
Right.
Like me too. Like I want to see it and be able to just click on it and go right to it. So I totally get that. I get that.
Wow. So you do all this and you take care of a family and God,
Yeah.
how do you
Yeah.
juggle all that?
I don't know. I'm not sure some days, but yeah, I have my own executive assistant business, Stacey Hober Solutions, and I have executives, and I take care of my child. He's been home for the last 2 years, working remotely for school. So the school district offered him to be home with a teacher face to face, and he has some issues. So we, with this whole virus and things, and my husband's a school teacher, so we wanted to minimize it a little bit. So he has been home. So he's been home. I've had to help him. I work full time. I'm a mom. He goes to sports. I'm a wife. My husband has a Christmas tree farm, and we have a driveway sealing business, and he's a full-time teacher during, school, and he coaches. And so, yeah, we're just living the American dream, I guess, right? Is that what it is?
Wow. Hey, you guys,
just
y'all need to spend time together though. Honestly.
Yeah, we did. We just went to Disney. We just took a week and took our little guy to Disney. He's been cooped up in this house, for 2 years, and so we went to Disney. And we have a lot of off time in the winter, so we like to do a lot of winter things. And so, we still try to get in those maybe day on the in the summer once a week. Try to get in those little trips, or we have a pool, so we can do that. And, I live in upstate New York, so I live in the Finger Lakes, and there's lots of lakes around here. So we can go and do that and hike and stuff. But, you just try to make it, I guess, is, I mean, I don't want to keep plugging Agenda app, but Agenda app actually helps me keep me on track. I am a list person. I have to make a list or it doesn't exist. And so I just continuously keep going back to those lists, and lists help me. Keeping organized help me. And maybe because I'm an executive assistant, I don't know. And I keep other people organized. If I'm not organized, then I can't make it through the day. It would be a lot.
Well, how can you help other people be organized if you're not organized yourself? And you've
Yeah.
got so much going on. I
Yeah.
can see where you need something to remind you, oh, I need to order this, or I've got to
Yes.
get
Yeah.
this meeting set up, or
Yeah. And that's what Jason and I were finding. Like he runs 6 other companies, and he was finding that, how am I keeping everything straight? I leave my little notebook at home and I can't find it. How am I going to, what am I doing for the day? Where are those tasks that I need to do for this company or that company or this company? And it seems like that's the way of the world these days. You're either not making it or you're trying to make it. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to make it.
just don't burn yourself out.
No. Yeah, I don't know. At nighttime, I like to, I probably shouldn't say this, but I like a good reality show. I like a good just sitting outside. We don't get many nights up, here in New York where it's just a summer night. Summer nights are really great for us here. And we just like to try to take some nights and, regroup, take the weekends weekends are a must around here. So
I can imagine.
yeah, go hard Monday through Friday, but weekends are a must. And I like to just do, family time and things like that. So you got to just, it just seems like that's what everyone is doing these days.
Yeah, that balance, work, home.
Yeah.
You got to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got to slip those little appointments in for those, I don't know, dental cleanings, Botox, hair appointment. You gotta still try to take care of yourself a little bit. And sometimes it gets tough, but I have a really great support. My mom is really great. She's retired. She watches, my son while I'm in here doing podcasts. While I'm in here trying to market that business and hustle that business a little bit. So you also have to have a great support team and people great people that work for you. Also, we have great people that work for us for the tree farm and, just support team through there too. So
now, do you have your own website?
I do have my own website. Yep. It's staceyhobersolutions.com.
Okay.
So you can go to that website. I'll give you that too. So you can plug that right in there too.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So yeah, I've been an executive assistant for 10 years. And I actually, when we first had my son, I started school. I needed to go back and get my bachelor's degree. And I didn't have that. I had a associate's in paralegal because I was a paralegal for a while and I just didn't need it. So I stayed at home with my son and I actually just, I went to school. I don't know how I did it. I think back and I'm like, how my son was 3 and I'm like, how did I do this? How did I work? Like, how did I stay at home and take care of him and put myself through school? But I did it. And then I just started my business and it's been great so far. So, I have it in my blood. My dad had his own businesses. My mom had her own businesses. And, I just knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur and now Jason, gave me this great opportunity to develop an app, something that had never done before. I had never been a project manager. I'm like, me, how am I going to be a project manager? But it was such a great experience. And I just want to tell everyone, like, if you're thinking of starting something like that, starting your own business or starting an app like that, just go for it and do it. And you can definitely do it. And there's so many resources out there for you to, to go and do those types of things and start. Just don't be afraid to do it. Takes a lot of work. Takes a lot of hard work.
That's right. If you want something, you got to go out there and you got to work for it. This world is not going to hand it over to you.
Nope. You got to do it yourself and just get out there. And so that's what, just day by day, we take it day by day, hour by hour. It's 10:30. I don't know, I'll probably have to get lunch for my kid in about an hour. My dog will have to go out. I have another meeting, trying to keep everybody on track. But
And it's great that you have a support system there that can
yeah,
help you get through all this. Because as much as we have to do all this work, we have to have some kind of support system.
yeah, you do. Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, because you're not gonna, you have to have somebody to help. You can't do it by yourself. You have to have support and other resources out there that can help you as well. So
Yeah. Seeing Batman had Robin. So
that's right. That's right. And we love that story. That is right.
well, let's say I'm going to put those links up so people can click on it and go straight to it. And I would like to get my wife and my daughter to talk to you at some point if they get some
Yeah.
time, because
Yeah.
my daughter does the same thing, and she's supporting a company that's really just kind of got kicked up off the ground, and
Yeah.
they're doing awesome work, and I could see this kind
You
of,
could benefit from it. Hmm.
a little extra gold star on her card.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, she goes in and says, "Oh, hey, I have this little software, that somebody could actually use to keep everybody organized." And that's exactly what we want for Agenda App. We want Agenda App to be, here's this little gold card. You're right. That's
Right.
really great. Just like, here's just this little thing that's actually going to help you, just keep yourself organized, keep your business organized, and it's free, or it's $9 a month. It's not something that's going to break the bank, and you'll have as much unlimited agendas as you want, and just keeping your task organized. If and even like myself, I'll write a to-do list on a piece of paper, but then it's like, which ones are the ones that I need to prioritize?
Mm-hmm.
And with Agenda App, you can do that. Keep those at the top of the list, put the ones that you don't need to prioritize at the bottom. And it's just helped me so much. And I know that Jason, I know that it can help others, as well. And it's just so simplistic that a high school student could use it, or someone like yourself,
Oh,
a
thank you.
70s guy. Just
That
anybody.
boosted me today.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Anyone, can use it. So we we're glad to bring it out there, and we just want to just get more people using it. And like I said, I'm happy to jump on a call with you or your wife, you, your wife, your daughter, whoever. We're happy to give demos and just let you see what Agenda App's all about, and show you around and see if it's something for you or your business.
What was your email again?
So my email is Stacey at agendaapp.com.
Okay.
Or it's just Stacey at agenda.app. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And I am the support person 24/7. I will answer, like I said, any call, anything that you have a question about. Say you got locked out, I need to get back in. I'm your girl. I'm here to help you.
Well, I'm going to pass that on, and
Okay,
I'm
good.
hoping that the folks out there that are watching this or listening to this will
Yeah.
at least give it a look. It might be beneficial.
Yeah, give it a shot. And right. I always like to just give something a shot. If somebody says, "Hey, did you see this?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it's for me." I want to just look at it, give it a shot. And you'll see, how great it is. We want to give your subscribers and your listeners, if they do sign up for Agenda App, they're going to get and sign up with the gold package, $9 a month for the gold package. They're going to get a free month, the first month free. And if they use the promo code productivity.
Productivity. All right.
Yep.
I need to put that in the description as well to remind them. So productivity. I'm writing that down as we speak.
Yeah, and you'll get your first month free. So your first month, $9 off, and then $9 for the rest of the months. But we just thought that that's going to help everybody get in there and see what it's like. Sign up for that gold package, see what Agenda App can offer for you, and then get that month for free.
Well, I'm going to at least try the free part of it anyway.
Try the free, yeah.
if I
Right.
like it, I may sign up for it because I need something that's going to help me. I can't afford an executive assistant,
Right.
and for something to be able to remind myself and other people
Yeah.
things are coming up, it'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great. And just like, I don't, if you, ahead of your podcast, if you want to send somebody, well, hey, what do you want to talk about, on the podcast? What do you want to, you can just send them that in the agenda right when
Mhm.
you send the link for the date of the podcast. And they can see what you're going to talk about. So it's I mean we have two other podcasts that are actually using it, and they say that it's super great for them, so
Wow.
kept them on track.
Hey, if I'm spending $9 instead of $20 an hour for an executive assistant, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's, hey, I mean, I don't want to like say you don't need an executive assistant, but yeah, but someone like yourself that doesn't really need that full scope of an assistant
Yeah.
could benefit from, like you said, that $9 a month instead of that $1,000 a month or whatever. $9 a month isn't going to break the bank to keep you organized, and connects to your Gmail. So most people out there these days use Gmail either for your business or for your private. You
Mhm.
use it. So it's great to just pull it up on your Gmail and see that an agenda is actually, and even if like it's someone that you don't like, say you and I are using it for this podcast, you can add me to the agenda, but I don't necessarily have to be a person added to your team. So
Right.
you can add as many people just so that they can see the agenda. You just don't add them to your team so that you can, I mean, you don't want everybody being on your team. That would be hundreds. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
As many folks as I've had on the show, that
right,
would be ridiculous. But yeah, I
right,
mean, like I said, for me, who I'm not at that level yet where I need an executive
right.
assistant,
Hmm.
this would be beneficial. But
Yeah,
then for like my daughter or my wife, who they have a huge amount of people on their team that they
right.
need to get the message out, that's still beneficial. So
Yeah, $9 for their organization, and they can add as many agendas, unlimited agendas a month, and unlimited team members to it. So
wow,
yeah,
that's pretty incredible,
yeah. Well,
and
thank
simple.
yeah, simple. That's what we wanted to do. Just simple, something simplistic that doesn't. You don't have to have a lot of thinking to use it, and you can just go back to it multiple times, as many times as you want. Add as many agendas, add as many tasks to it as you need. Use it for HR purposes. Use it for your grocery list, your shopping list. School shopping, whatever. Yeah, just simple and not over processed. We don't add it to any other like CRMs, or we don't add it to any like Shopify right now. It's just, we just wanted something that someone could use if they wanted to add their task list, actually go into a meeting. You can go into a meeting and collaborate with your team before you're actually in that meeting. So it actually has been saving time, which saves money with your team. If you can go in and put your task list in that agenda before you get into that meeting, those team members are already going to know, hey, I need to work on this. My boss said, I need to work on this. I'm working on it. I can take it to the meeting and it's already done. So we've been finding that meetings, instead of having hour meetings, they've been half an hour meetings, and half an hour meetings go down to 20 minutes a meeting. And that saves time when you're a CEO and paying for all that time for someone to sit in a chair and listen to you talk.
Yeah, like on The Office when they have a
Yeah.
meeting 10
Yeah.
times a day.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly it. Right. That's exactly it. It's like we're trying to diminish those meetings. Everyone is in meetings all day long. If
Mhm.
I was in a meeting all day long, I would never get anything done. How could I serve my executive if I was, constantly in all these meetings? So you can send that agenda to your team member, and you don't have to be in a meeting. You could actually just collaborate back and forth through that agenda and only meet once a month, not have to meet once a week, or and that saves a lot of money, for the organization.
Money and time.
Money
They're
and
both
time,
valuable.
Yeah, because we
Extremely.
want, that executive wants that person to get back to their desk or wherever, their job site, and get working. Even if you're a teacher and you're in a faculty meeting and, you have faculty meetings, my husband has one every Wednesday, and it's like he sits there for 45 minutes and half the stuff doesn't pertain to him. And it's like, does he actually need to be here? You're wasting his time when he could be doing lesson plans for the rest of the week. Collaborate with him before that, show him your agenda and see what you want to, and then if he needs to go to the meeting, then he can, or he can excuse himself because none of that pertains to him.
Yeah, that's crazy when maybe 2 minutes of a meeting might have something to do with you, and then the rest of the time you're just,
nothing.
what am I doing here? Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. That's awesome.
And so we're excited to have more users, more subscribers sign up. We just want to show everybody how great Agenda App is and how simple it is.
Well, do me a favor. Would you send me over every link that you'd like me to share?
I will.
And even if it's something else, I'll be glad to share it. No problem.
We appreciate that. Yeah.
And I hope this all works out for y'all.
Yeah,
it
thank
sounds
you.
Wonderful. I'm going to give it a try. I want to give my opinion on this, and I'll probably put something up in my social media after I check it out.
Yeah, I would love that. Give your opinion. If you think it's great, tell your friends, tell everybody else, tell your listeners, tell your friends, tell everybody else.
And they'll tell two friends, and they'll tell two friends.
Yeah. That's what we're hoping for. Tell your friends and then just keep the chain going. So that's what we're hoping for. But Jason and I really appreciate this, letting me tell you, about Agenda App, and just get out there and check it out for yourself.
Well, I appreciate that. And I appreciate your time.
Yeah, I appreciate your time too. Time is valuable these days.
That it is.
Yeah.
And I also want to thank all of you out there. If you are new to the channel, I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you'll please subscribe. For those of you who are regular, thank you for that support. It's because of you that we get to do what we do. So until the next one, everyone, please take care. Be kind to one another. God bless and peace.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Listen to the Vibes. You can catch us on Buzzsprout or wherever you listen to your favourite podcasts, and on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook at The Vibes Broadcast Network